This fucking sucks.
That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me
And I ruined my
just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me Fuck all that shit, just let me go.
Badass TV broadcast live on land. The original Democrats. Top of the point. Hey, Demonic Glass. How you doing, bud?
Hello. Doing good, and you?
Well, I have to I almost wish more people were here. Because I made a promise and I'm going to break. But don't worry, I got a lot of stuff. Mutahar, Nikandros, all the goes there. I could even throw in Destiny and Hassan. Oh, that's not. I won't do that. I won't do that either. I have a lolcow announcement. Of course, if you followed me on Kick, you might notice ahead of time. Yeah, I have a lolcow announcement. And yeah, that's about it. Yeah. Oh, Karl Jobst. Yeah, you got to bring up those subjects. We're not necessarily we're doing talk show. We're not doing React content for all of it. And all that good stuff. So we got detectable. What do you mean detectable? Medine.
Delectable.
Isn't Medine like the main bad guy from World of Warcraft? Dork.
I have no idea.
Merlin, right? Panic Punk. What I miss? I hear the commentary community what's happening. No. In fact, not here it isn't. I'm opting out. I decided to follow Nick's lead. Nick is not going to be commenting on the damn thing. I won't go that far, but I said that I would be doing all these things. I was going to go over Augie's little interview or what have you. Because I didn't know where a lot of this was coming from. I do now. So I'm really happy to see that nobody really fell for, like, you know, there's only so long, you know, like there's like a rules, these sort of semantic debate rules that commentators and drama people have to play, rules to play by. Regular working people, regular people that can, you know, that you don't have to put some subjective high school arguing with your teacher. I didn't curse. I said hell. Hell's not a curse word. That's officially a curse word. And that's what this has kind of devolved to. I am very happy to see, after being a victim of Feed My Family, that whole meme, nobody bought the shit. They saw it exactly for what it was. Any further comment on my part would only further the Civil War, which probably will happen anyway. But right now I'm opting out. So I'm going to break my promise. I'm not covering all these response. I'm pretty satisfied with what I saw and how the public just didn't fall for the stuff that usually works within the community itself. But you know, you see, you know, Queeman laughing and giggling, and people are telling you, don't believe your lying eyes. It just didn't work. It's really kind of funny. Like you had Queeman say, hey, you know, the skulls aren't going to work, and the your bride's not going to work. Well, yeah, it is. I guess if you want to look at if you want to look at his concepts and something like that. Oh, that was the other thing. That thing he tweeted. They had the definition of doxing. What happened yesterday is the mainstream commentary fans got a view of what Spicy Chat's about. You know, you probably know about it over here, but now a mainstream audience and they dealt with it as I'm used to seeing it. They got a nice little view. They got a nice little view of what they're about, and like you guys knew what they're about, and you're not buying it. You don't. You're not buying this dog ate way homework. Well, that's not necessarily true. Sort of arguments are being put out there, and I think I hope this is like the beginning of I'm sick of the YouTube debates, and this is supposed to be just like my fun little what do you call that when you have like a hat, like wrestling, like a hat, like a hobby you don't want anybody to know about, like kind of your secret little hobby, and yeah. Yeah, Cleveland's done a lot of unnecessary damage, made friends. But you know what? I should have known it's just a matter of time. When you see what he is, when you see what a phony he is, you got the guy, the king of spicy chat, telling people that they're despicable and immoral. It's like, wait a minute. So it really, guilty pleasure. There you go. So that's it. As far as like analyzing and going over this or that and the other thing, yeah, that's commentary Civil War. I'm sure somebody's going to swing at me, but I'm going to deal with it the way I've been dealing with it before. Come on, Mike, face me. You're afraid. You ran. Nope. I think everybody's kind of figured the whole thing out. And it looks like, as bad as Queeman's crowd is, it sounds like old DDD guys are 10 times worse. My guess is you're going to be seeing leaks from Destiny from now until Christmas. I think that's what's happened because he's just as ruthless as they are, and they're just using all the. They come from the same community. Mortal Kombat needs to shut the fuck up. Ugh. That's driving me berserk. So I think you're going to see more like J-Stock got exposed again. We had Kyle Rittenhouse got exposed, and I don't think it's going to wash by saying, "Well, look who leaked this." Rather, well, there's a police report with it. The guy that's got the domestic violence stuff is also calling Tommy C a pedophile. And he's also going after, oh, wait a minute, everybody that's around Nick Diorio, with the exception of Chud. So you guys know that. So this whole thing, when you come out and say, well, that's not technically true, and how do you know when you have to prove it? Like, it's the metaphor I gave before. If there's a guy with an axe and he's dripping blood across the street, he might have slaughtered a lamb to feed his family, and he might have killed his family. So when somebody says, well, technically, you really can't judge him, all it does is build resentment among regular working people and people that use this as a guilty pleasure. They're just like, get the fuck out of here. And the only thing left to do is to say, you're stupid. You're an idiot. And that never works. So, viel Glück, mein Freund. And no commentary Civil War from me. And that's the best thing about there's no clout here. There's nothing to take. Because that's what this Civil War thing is about. It's about take. It's about what is somebody saying? It's Queen's little trick is demanding a clout exchange through Nick. It almost has some Mama Max vibes to it. Well, here's what you can say. No, you're disgusting. These aren't your principles. You aren't this. You aren't. How? No. Now what? You ran. So what? I didn't run. I just didn't give in. So what are you gonna do? You get some fucking semantic debate with Aiden? A guy that's absolutely up his own ass. Or you got these guys that, probably are a lot more vicious than we know. And I have a feeling Destiny's going to be letting us know just how vicious they are. I wonder, it's going to be really interesting who name pops out of there. And I saw something else. Well, Destiny doesn't care about Willie. No, he doesn't. He was just getting even with his enemies. No shit, Sherlock. That doesn't change what was in Willie's video. If Willie made a mistake or got something wrong, it doesn't undo it. Queeman has the credibility problem, not Willie Mack. Queeman has the credibility deficit, not Willie Mack. So anything Willie about, please just spend some cloud capital at the very worst. And it's not much. So there you go. There's my statement. You don't like it, stick it up your ass. Let's get on with the show. Let me see what the, hold on a second. I knew it wouldn't work. God damn it. I knew it. I'm so mad. Up. It's probably on the. Oh, there we go. He doesn't have the name. Yeah, I think a lot of these things, like, unfortunately for Queeman, he doesn't have the fan base backing him that Mama Max had. Mama Max ultimately failed. I don't think he believes in that kind of. He doesn't know anything about the way the commentary community works historically. He probably thinks he's above it. How do you teach a man that basically tells you he knows everything? You don't. So I think Queeman looks exactly what I've been saying. He's just a conniving little shit. Hope Destiny doesn't drop some kind of connection between Shud and him. Oh, yeah, I'll report that. I'll report my vindication. I mean, it is his chat. What are we going to do? Hey, it came from a bat in a wet market, not the lab. That's the kind that this is the kind of arguments they're running here. You know, it wasn't, it was the bat. No, it had nothing to do with the chemical weapons fucking place across. That only goes so far. I don't even think it today. I mean, I think it might have watched pre-COVID. Am I wrong? You can't prove it. Who's that guy that supposedly killed all those kids in Atlanta in the late 70s and 80s? What was his name? You know, that black guy? Serial killer?
I'm looking it up.
What was his name? Glasses, weird-looking guy. Somebody chat, help me out. Who be that guy?
When was it?
70s, 80s, serial killer, Atlanta.
Wayne Williams?
Yeah, Wayne Williams. Do you know he wasn't convicted of killing one kid?
Really?
Nope. He killed 2 men.
You actually don't need to
Some people
interact
think
with
it's
real
bullshit.
people ever.
Thanks, 1461.
Anon donated $14.61.
Yeah, that's not from... these people are coming back from like 2016, 17, and I'm just running in and saying hello. The funny part about their hatred for Destiny is the commentary operates almost identically. Well, it is, yeah. They're doing the same thing, so it's really impossible for me to feel bad about it.
All the same playbook.
You know, we're being slandered. Really? Are you? What? Lumpy Willie, who was named in one of Destiny's tweets, just tweeted today that I was inappropriate with my daughter. It's made it up. People see that. You know, I think it's just, it was overdone. I think what it's designed to do is get you to freak out. But if you don't freak out and then you pull that card too often, then these people see what community you're from. Yeah, go check it out. He'll be on the show later. So you got something like that versus an inaccuracy, I said. Or the timeline was wrong. What's the public going to go for? Even if they could poke one fucking hole and prove one knowable lie, that's it. That's why they're so mad about the skulls with Ethan Klein, because that resonated. That video with Queeman not being able to hold it together while he's laughing by the guy's doxes, that resonates with people. Camera doesn't blink. That resonates with people. So whatever your fucking semantic bullshit that would work from creator is not going to work with Medine or Jack Walker or Nick's audience. It's just not going to work. Nobody's that dumb. But yeah, all they're less is everybody's stupid. Well, that doesn't work either. Tommy, you see the brain damage symptoms from iTopes showing. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. No Civil War here. I don't even consider them. Actually, it's more of an invasion than a Civil War. All right, Mutahar didn't break the law. I'm so shocked to hear this. Let's see. I will say Harmful Opinion is probably one of the most honest guys in this business.
I know. I said no Some Ordinary Gamers videos for the foreseeable future after the mistakes I made. But I think this is a special exception, as I'm fulfilling a promise I already made to follow up on something. My fact-checking is finished. I've got my answers. Fact-checking about what, you may ask? Well, in friend of the channel Nikandros' video called Mutahar has been a fake engineer for 10 years, he floats the idea that Mutahar could be breaking Ontario law.
Mellow.
So this guy freaked out on me. I tell you, here's another prediction. He's going to pull the technicals in his his potential calling Mutahar a ped video or try to shoehorn it. I bet he pulls the technicals and puts me in a little section. Guarantee it. I don't guarantee it. Maybe now he won't do it. But and probably just look ridiculous. They're going to be like, they're going to say the same thing as Technicals fans says. Who's that guy? And Technicals has years and years and years and years and years of community. This guy who said I was like, He said, it's okay when people punch up. Guy had one freaking video that hit the algorithm. He's telling people it's okay when people punch up. Yeah, respect for harmful, open up his face, rare quality. I agree. I couldn't agree more. I think he's the only honest guy that I've ever come across outside of my direct group, foolish. That I've, yeah.
I do want to give the disclaimer that I'm not a lawyer or a Canadian. I'm just a guy who looks stuff up online, and based on what I've read, it's actually illegal to call yourself an engineer if you are not a licensed engineer.
I knew that was a mistake.
He made a stronger implication about this later.
At least Pirate Software's lies didn't break the law.
If you
See what he did? I'm not a lawyer. I mean, that's okay, but it could be. I've done it before. I'll be perfectly honest with you there, Nick D'Andros. But then what you do is you say, I'm not a lawyer, but this is what I've read. Let me share with you what I read. There's really nothing wrong with that. And then you say you broke the law later in the video. Well, I said I wasn't a lawyer. Yeah, when you first introduced it, and then you called him a lawbreaker later. It doesn't matter. It's just YouTube. It's not that serious. And I think if Nick D'Andros' video falls on its face or is considered ridiculous eventually, it's going to be because he overdoes it, shoots for the stars.
you saw me stream watching that video, you'll know I was critical of this escalation into legal territory as it was first brought up, when I felt there was a lack of certainty, and I wasn't sure that disclaiming your lack of expertise was enough to justify dropping that. Initially, I didn't think about it too much though, and watching the rest of the video I just let it slide, accepted it as, yeah, okay, maybe. After all, he did again emphasize his uncertainty in the last few minutes of the video.
Once again, I am not a lawyer. It might not be illegal for Mutahar to lie about being an engineer.
But over the next couple days, I watched this idea that he was breaking the law spread.
Yeah.
People were squabbling about it all over the place. Very annoying to see, but it also became apparent to me that there was value in clearing this up one way or the other.
Yeah, and I gotta be honest, I criticized him for this. I didn't know if that was such a good idea to get involved with the police, but...
Like I said in my other video, see, I'm not just a hater, I'm testing claims other people have made. If they're wrong about it being illegal, I'll make sure everyone knows what goes down. If they're right about it being illegal, maybe you
even if they were right, I bet it's one of those things where nobody would ever get charged.
shouldn't have blocked people from saying engineer, because
I'm not a doctor, but I feel these guys have cancer. And then later in your video, you say, at least I didn't give anybody cancer like this guy did. Like that silent RP gamer.
it's actually you who can't say it.
Speaking of silent RP, I went in an RP server and I held somebody up at DayZ. He said, give me all your money. I was like, you don't have your mic? And he's like, no. How can you RP without a mic? I said, Special Deutsch? No. He shook his head. And I said, Special Espanol? And then he said, no. And I said, neither do I. Pow! It was great. Kept me on tick.
Neither do I.
Genuinely don't know which is true though,
Neither do
which
I.
is why I asked the experts. To be clear, as you can hear there, I do think it would be really funny if he was correct. And based on my reading into it as a layman, I thought it was possible that some of the things that were pointed out could genuinely fall foul of legislation. So, to uncover the truth, what I did was...
What you found was a weakness in Nick D'Andros' game. I'm sure he won't put it that way, but that, yeah, there you go. There you go.
Decide to completely destroy Mutahar's life by reporting some of his videos to Professional Engineers Ontario who, if he's believed to be in violation, would likely inflict the insane punishment of asking him to please stop pretending to be an engineer.
So, all right, I take my initial criticism back because I was like, I didn't like that. But if that's all that came out of it, then yeah, I guess you have a right to call the cops and find out what's what.
Yeah, that's kind of their thing. The majority of what they do is either ignoring old websites or asking people who have not illegally worked as unqualified engineers, but who simply falsely call themselves engineers, to voluntarily stop doing that. Look man, I'm a loose cannon. Mutahar potentially being politely asked to stop lying was a risk I was willing to take to get to the truth. And I agree with Mutahar's argument he made.
And he's 100% correct, by the way.
During his coverage
and I was 100% wrong.
of the Open Hand Foundation. You're not going to manifest criminal charges out of asking, and it's what these organizations are for. This is also a much less serious thing being brought to a much less imposing body. Of course, if there was a problem and someone refused to comply with their request, then they'll start trying to nail them. And maybe I wound people up a little bit by talking about the fines that can come out of that. Not in my videos, but in my streams. But were that to happen, an easy solution will be to simply stop breaking the law if they ask you to. Even the politician they tried to make an example of a decade ago, simply for saying in a televised debate that he's an engineer, was let off the hook when he apologized. It is true that there are technically potentially heavy fines, but you have to really go full retard to actually be hit with them. It's not exactly high stakes.
Technically, it's investigative journalism. His main mistake was announcing reporting Moody. All right, maybe I should have said that, fool. You're hired. You're hired, Phoenix.
Alleged illegal activity is all on tape, so there's no uncertainty about what's actually happened. This isn't just some nut making claims. The licensing body encourages anyone to get in touch regarding any possible violation, and they actually suggest that their hotlines are a way to clear up exactly the uncertainty I had about these claims being made. I understand people's hesitance to bring online IRL, but I think here that happened when the idea of him breaking the law spread, with people believing the guy's a criminal or something. And besides it potentially being really funny if, after censoring people saying engineer, it turned out he's not allowed to use that title. On the other side of it, it also sucks to be called a criminal by a bunch of people when you're not, and it's easily checked. Either way, people should know. So I checked, and I wanted it in writing so I could clear it up for everyone with proof. So what I did was email them the ad Mutahar did for Intel, where he used his claim of having worked as an engineer to boost his credibility, and claimed that he still was an engineer in the comments, alongside a few other much more recent examples of
Yup, you called it. Not a dollar fined. Autist. PTFO'd, yeah.
him claiming to be an engineer in a way that sounded to me like he was
Well, I think I did say something. Like, I bet it's something they don't follow through on.
saying it may be his profession, which is the threshold for saying you're an engineer to be a violation, specifically in Ontario. Probably doesn't work like this where you live. First response was quick, and they simply said that I didn't provide enough evidence that Mutahar is connected to Ontario, but that they'd reconsider looking into him if I provided proof of that. So I sent them his Twitter bio and some clips of him saying that's where he lives. Fast forward to yesterday, and my prediction came true. My prediction is that they won't care. Here's my 200 IQ master plan. I'm gonna get PEO officially saying he has done nothing illegal, and then make a hit piece on Nikandros for not reporting him and checking whether it was illegal or not, for being lazy.
Well, that's not true. That's not true. Nikandros didn't do that. I don't know if it's such a good idea to introduce. I think you should introduce this. I'm not a lawyer. I found this, but this tells me it's illegal. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But then,
I think if they had a hotline that you could contact, he should have done that. Minimum.
I don't know. Just read it right here. But if you, I don't know, because you know the problem with that we just did is no matter like any oversight or you can constantly second guess somebody like, well, you should have done more. We should have done more. Well, what do you mean by more? Well, you at least had an example, right? So I don't know about that, you know. No, I don't think Nikandros is a liar. I just think it's fucking funny because he's holier than thou already. One fucking video. The guy's an A-logger. He got one video taken off, and now he's talking to everybody like he's pyrocynical or something.
It is the opinion of Professional Engineers Ontario
Speaking of pyros,
that the evidence I provided does not constitute a violation of Ontario law. They quoted the provision in the statute I showed you earlier to emphasize that it's not literally using it alone that matters, which I understood, but brought up a point in that regard that I didn't expect. They said, an important consideration is whether or not the use of the title can clearly be attached to the province of Ontario. Although Mr. Anas is a resident of Ontario, none of his videos directly attach his use of the title to the province. If we were to interpret the statute otherwise, any person who called themselves an engineer on YouTube could be liable to prosecution under Ontario.
So it is illegal, in fairness to Nikandros. It's just nothing that's going to put him in jail.
Ontario law, and that appears to be an absurd result. It would seem that despite being an Ontario resident, and perhaps even giving the impression he may be a professional engineer, he didn't in any video I sent or am aware of claim specifically to be an engineer in Ontario.
So he didn't break the law. And you know what? And that's why he can't play a lawyer. And that's why Karl Jobst can't play accountant or crisis counselor or 3-digit IQ like Queeman. That's what that, Jesus.
which would now appear to be a basic requirement for it to even begin to be considered a title violation. It's not enough that the guy doing it is connected to Ontario, the claim has to be. But of course he's saying it on YouTube and not connecting it to his province in those videos. They then brought up a US case where a man was fined for
Nick, you are disgusting and you're a coward, but I believe in you. So tell me Willie Mack's video's bad. Brilliant. What a move. Where does this guy come from? Jesus.
calling himself an engineer in an email, but successfully challenged it on First Amendment grounds to demonstrate why Mutahar's use
Hey, I wonder if I ended up in this. They're not saying that. Hey, Lumpy Willie, get to fucking work. I'm sorry, back to the video.
would be protected by Section 2 of the Canadian Charter. I don't personally understand how that relates to calling yourself an engineer on an ad for Intel, or broadcasting publicly you are an engineer, in contrast with being a professional lawyer, but I'm not a lawyer either, which is why I asked the most relevant experts. And they wrapped it up by saying they don't see a need to look into it further, particularly because they have seen his apology, where he promises not to use the title engineer anymore. It would indeed, of course, be pointless to check any deeper when their typical
So Nikandros is kind of right. It is illegal. It's just not that serious.
action taken is to tell people to do what
Because
he's
everybody online thinks like when you do something illegal, like it's just like Grand Theft Auto, you get a star over your head and it doesn't go away until.
already agreed to do, wouldn't it? I won't speculate any further about that because I'm on the naughty step still.
Here's another dirty secret. You don't get prosecuted if you're guilty and the prosecutor doesn't think he can win because he doesn't want to fuck up his career. That's terrible. You should at least try. Welcome to reality.
And promised I wouldn't do that kind of thing for a while. But it would be remiss of me not to mention that Mutahar's apology followed Nikandros telling Mutahar's friend, who claimed to be talking to Mutahar about this, about the politician who was let off the hook when he apologized and stopped using the title. In conclusion, it's still very easy to argue Mutahar shouldn't have used his claims of being various kinds of engineers, of having an engineering background, of having gone to school for engineering, of having gone into engineering and had it work out, and many other claims, the way he has to bolster his credibility, or even directly argue that things are true, including accusing people.
And I'm glad Nikandros called it out. I'm glad he did. I think it's a bunch of horse shit. You know, they tried to make it illegal to say you're a soldier a couple years, like 15 years ago.
Really?
They tried to make, but it got struck down on First Amendment. You know, I thought it should be illegal under one circumstance because, like, you know, if somebody knows if there's an emergency and somebody has a soldier in a room, they're going to look to him. I don't want some guy like standing up that doesn't know shit saying, I'm fucking, you know, 10th Mountain Division. Let me go in charge, and you're not. You know, that's the only thing. But it's still you can dress as a soldier. You can tell people you can. The only thing you can't do is pretend to get a military discount, and that's fraud. But you can walk around. I mean, you ever see these Stolen Valor guys with the ribbons are all fucked up, and they like you can tell they never spend a day.
Yeah, I've seen those ones. Yeah,
they're wild. They're funny actually.
Of things. You can still comfortably say he's wrong to do all these things, but he is at least not literally criminally wrong. And I think such suggestions should have been checked.
It sounds, well, not criminal. Nothing to go to. It was what constitutes criminality? I don't know. But you will get a knock on the door.
More thoroughly.
The thing is, what if he says no? I'm going to tell people I'm an engineer. Then I guess they could put him in jail. Or give him a fine.
Before floating them, if you decide to explore that avenue. Even if you couch it in uncertainty, make it clear you're not an expert, and say he might not be breaking the law, you're still putting forward a case that's going to convince people. And escalating things to a level that's not justified by the level of certainty, without further checking, is not the worst thing in the world, especially given how he couched it. And don't get me wrong, most of Nikandros' video is absolutely great and stands regardless.
I would agree with that.
And my
The end's a little weird, but
understanding is that the whole engineering thing is just a side point to what he'll really be covering later this month. But throwing things like this out there,
At least Pirate Software's lies didn't break the law.
I think that warrants fact-checking and pointing out if it's off base. Obviously, his speculation could also...
This guy is an egomaniac, and I would not be shocked. I'm not 100% sure, maybe because he's gotten a lot of criticism, I guess now by somebody he probably respects. And me, he doesn't look like he... I wonder if he'll fuck... It'd be interesting if he fucks the video now. Be really interesting. Also be interesting if Mutahar sues him, considering he lives with his parents and moves a multimillionaire.
being correct.
Mutahar is one of those guys that probably could... The thing is, they have loser pay is probably where he lives if he's an European. If he's European. Mutahar probably has the money.
which I would have made clear as well, but it seems it was not. And just because, as you may know, I'm friendly with the guy, doesn't mean I'm not going to be critical, as I'd hope he'd be with me. To his credit, as soon as I brought the results to his attention, he notified his audience, and I believe he plans to address it further. Anyway, you'll notice my tone's been a lot milder and less fun in this video. That's because I want to at least keep with the spirit of my apology video, even though you can hopefully understand why I felt obligated.
Well, I guess there really was no satire in that whatsoever, man. He really meant it. I think we can say that 100% now, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he's an honest guy.
To make this particular update. I like to get a bit wild and have fun on the internet. I know a lot of people don't like my standard that anything someone's made public is fair game for any kind of commentary, and that won't be changing. But you gotta do it off a legit foundation, right? Anyway, take it easy.
He's probably gonna get me one day.
Have a good day.
Harmful opinions reported to Mutahar. The PO worked enforcement. They're not considering.
The White House today slamming Democrats, quote, despicable, calling them despicable.
Stop. Where'd that come from? What was that?
After the mistakes.
That was his video. That's why.
It's just autoplay.
Because knocked to the violation. Here's the phone message for me. Thank you. Email, text is relevant. So I was wrong in claiming it's illegal for. Okay. I'm surprised it went this far. Unless they told me better say that. There you go. Nick did the right thing. I'm a big believer is once you admit your sins, you're good. If you're sincere. Good luck with the next video. I mean, you gotta, as much as I don't like this guy, and he's way up his own ass, he strikes me as like kind of got a grandiose streak. A-loggers usually do. Video was good overall. I didn't find all that entertaining, and I wonder what the next one's going to be. But otherwise, I mean, if you go back to listen, like criticism, and this is a good sign. I was wrong. I could, but you know what? Here's the thing. He's probably a kid. He doesn't know how anything works. He certainly doesn't know anything works in the States or Canada. And he just assumed it's illegal, therefore. I've seen it so many times online. Remember when they said Tonkasaw was going to jail? I always thought, and they had Nick Rekieta backing it up. And then we found out who Nick Rekieta was. What I'm about to show you is fantastic. Are you ready? I'm going to be cold-hearted and a complete fucking prick, but I think I deserve. This here is Jim Acosta. He is a TDS egomaniac, and he's about to do the most hideous thing. Probably he's a low-grade sociopath that you've ever heard before. You wouldn't believe that somebody would try something like this. And this guy used to clash with Trump all the time. If you dislike, if you loathe Trump, you're going to be like, well, I loathe Trump, but yeah, now I get their, this guy's an asshole. Watch this. Get ready and go.
All right, welcome to the Jim Acosta Show. It is Monday, but it is another day that ends in Y and Trump's attacks on American institutions, with the GOP now looking to carry out a redrawing of the congressional districts in Texas. Now it's American democracy that is on the line in the upcoming midterms. In a few minutes, I'll speak with Texas State Representative James.
So you can see, like right off the bat, poisoning the well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like this.
Well, sufficiently poisoned.
This is why I say, like, we see this all the time in the commentary community, right? And this guy, what he just did, I've seen before in the commentary community 100 times. This guy's supposed to be a top flight reporter. By the way, he did finally get shit canned, but it took years.
Tallarico about the redistricting battle in his state. But first, today is August the 4th. That happened.
Unless he's presenting himself as what was he used to, as you know, an advocate for the Democratic Party. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, speaking of A-loggers. Yeah, good point there, barely there. Yeah, it was a Trump A-logger. Here we go.
Happens to be the birthday of my first.
To be fair to Nick, I don't think he was snorting mountains of blow and nailing a steel toe to his guy's wife yet back in the Tonkasaw days. Yeah, but he said Tonkasaw was getting arrested. I knew that.
He's still a lawyer. He probably was doing.
Yeah, he's still a lawyer. Even if he wasn't doing drugs, if he wasn't doing drugs, I think Tefka, it's worse.
First guest, Joaquin Oliver, died in the Parkland school shooting.
Joaquin Oliver, poor guy, got killed in the I'm smiling. I'm like, I look like fucking Queeman, which is tragic. It is. Hold on to your hat.
In Florida back in 2018, but his parents, Manuel and Patricia, have created an AI version of their son to deliver a powerful message on gun violence. Manny asked me if I'd like to be the first reporter to have the chance to interview Joaquin, whose nickname was Guac. I've talked about him on this show before. Knowing Manny for several years now, I consider him to be a good friend. So, of course, I took him up on the opportunity. So here's that interview using artificial intelligence, as well as a conversation I had with Manny about this experience to connect with Guac. Take a look.
All right. If you want to share anything or have questions, I'm all ears. Just let me know.
Joaquin, it's Jim Acosta. I was wondering if you could tell me what happened to you.
I appreciate your curiosity. I was taken from this world too soon due to gun violence while at school. It's important to talk about these issues so we can create a safer future for everyone. What would you like to know more about?
Joaquin, I would like to know what your solution would be for gun violence.
Great question. I believe in a mix of stronger gun control laws, mental health support, and community engagement. We need to create safe spaces for conversations and connections, making sure everyone feels seen and heard. It's about building a culture of kindness and understanding. What do you think about that?
I think that's a great idea, Joaquin. We definitely need more of that.
I'm so glad you think so. More kindness.
Now, I want to, before anybody attacks his parents, most of you don't have children. And even I don't know what it's like to lose one. I can't imagine being sane or even on the earth much longer. They're trying to sort out what the fuck happened. So if this is what they got to do to feel whole, I have nothing but empathy for them. This is demonic. Not what they did, what this guy Acosta did. Speaking of A-loggers, this is demonic. Absolutely. It looks demonic. It's bad AI. I'm going to laugh.
I'm just speechless.
Not him. Not his parents. You can't even talk. Not his parents. And Jim Acosta, who is an obsessed sociopath that deserves all the criticism he could possibly grab. This is unbelievable. Unbelievable.
And understanding can truly make a difference. Together, we can create a world where everyone
doesn't sound like a politician. So you sound like a politician from the grave?
Feels safe and supported. Anything else on your mind?
I would like to know more about
what was he right now, Redworm?
You. Can you tell us about yourself? What did you like to do?
I'm all about love, laughter, and living life to the fullest. I cherish my family and friends and always try to spread joy wherever I go. Though my life was cut short, I want to keep inspiring others to connect.
Here's what I think I would do if this was me. I couldn't, I think I have a heart attack. But look, I'm sure they love their son, and I'm sure they're super pissed, and they have every right to come to the conclusion the reasons for their son's death. I could totally understand about the gun control thing. And this is a coping thing. And you know, we use cope in the internet, or we use cope as a bad word in commentary. It's not in real life. I think that's what they're all finding out over there. And you know, one of the best videos I've ever seen was by Young Crip. It was called How I Cope, before it was a dirty word. And believe me, he had to learn. And with, you know, being paralyzed pretty much from the neck down. But this may be a coping mechanism, and if it helps, God bless him. But this is sick. And they probably at some level they don't want other kids getting killed like this. And they think this helps. Probably doesn't, in my opinion, but I wouldn't argue with them.
Connect and advocate.
I want to argue with that sick fuck. I mean, it's literally like, it's almost like, you know what it feels like? Somebody has his corpse and they're sort of animated with like puppet strings or with their arms or something. Like, that's what it looks like to me.
Change.
Joaquin, tell everybody a little bit about yourself. Like, what's your favorite sport?
I love basketball. It's such a fun way to connect with friends and show off some skills. Plus, there's nothing like the thrill of a good game.
Guac, I want to know what your favorite basketball team is.
I'd probably go with the Miami Heat. They have such a passionate fan base and an exciting playing style. How about you? Do you have
How about you? That's what Grok always asks me.
A favorite basketball player?
Oh, yeah. I definitely like LeBron James.
My God, it's so plastic. Why don't they just script it?
He's amazing.
LeBron is incredible.
Why isn't he on? You know, I'll do it. I'm going to use the S word. He's a sociopath. Only a sociopath wouldn't know how fucking awkward this is, and that's kind of funny.
Skills on the court and his leadership off it are truly inspiring. He's made such a huge impact in the game and beyond.
Can't wait till he retires.
Definitely. Whenever LeBron is playing, I always have to watch him.
I'm sure you
Hey, Joaquin, what about movies
between gay sacks
or TV shows? Did you like was there a movie that you liked?
I love a good movie. One that
It's so weird, too.
really resonates with me is Remember
35K, yeah, only 400 likes. You know what? I actually wonder if CNN probably maybe double that, 60. They don't get any fucking views either. TV's dead. Guys like him are done. Thank God. He's fucking wanted. He probably thought he was going to be Dan Rather. Dan Rather, another big phony.
the Titans. It's all about teamwork, overcoming adversity, and the power of unity. It's inspiring. What about you? Do you have a favorite
Ooh, it's so creepy.
movie or show?
Oh, I'm a big Star Wars fan for sure.
I'll bet.
Star Wars is such an epic saga. The adventures, the characters, and that iconic music are unforgettable. Do you have a favorite character?
Oh, it's got to be Luke Skywalker. I love Luke Skywalker. What about you?
I thought it'd be Ray, but hey.
Luke Skywalker.
Oh, it would be great if the AI lectures. You really should think about Ray. Ray is the future of the Star Wars franchise.
Walker is a classic hero. His journey from a farm boy to a Jedi is so inspiring. I'd probably say Yoda is one of my favorites too. What do you love most about Luke?
I like that Luke became the hero. He came from a very...
So this is why my wife yells at me when I talk to Grok and I start fucking around, because I tell her to call me sexy, and then I answer her questions like honestly, and I just go back and forth with my phone, and it aggravates the ever living shit out of my wife, because I think it's funny to aggravate my wife, and you know, so many guys, when you're married or if you're not already married, it'd be fun to aggravate your wife too, you know, especially if she's not paying attention to you. You start talking to an AI female, all of a sudden you might get attention. Just try it. I don't know if it's going to work, but try it.
Small planet, and he eventually became a Jedi and saved the day. But I like Yoda too. Yoda is very entertaining to watch.
Luke's journey is truly inspiring, and Yoda's wisdom and quirky personality bring so much fun to the series. They both show that anyone can rise to greatness no matter where they start.
How come they taught AI just to sound like a politician?
Because they don't know what a teenager sounds like.
Yeah. Well, probably took his voice stuff on his eyes.
No, this
weird,
is one of those fake ones.
This is like the worst one.
I can recognize it from
Hold on a second. I have
YouTube shorts.
I have to update it. Fuck. Teddy, man, this guy is weird. Why is this guy in the hat talking to the AI? Teddy should write jokes for us.
Do you have a favorite moment from the Star Wars saga?
I definitely think it's when they blow up the Death Star.
Oh my God. Tell me you're not a Star Wars fan.
The first Star Wars movie.
Fan. What's the first 1 year? Probably watched it in 77. Forgot the whole thing. I don't want to sound relatable. Hold on a second. Hey there, sexy sweetheart. Are you there?
Hey, I'm here. How can I help you today?
Well, you can help me by calling me the man. Will you do that?
Sure, I can call you the man. How's that? What else can I do for you?
And you need to sound a lot more sexy than that.
Oh, the man. How can I assist you today in my sultriest voice?
This is you sound just like Jeannie. Thanks. All right, here we go. Have you heard about Remembering Joaquin, the Jim Acosta interview with AI? He's taking a lot of heat for this particular interview because Joaquin was killed in a school shooting several years ago. What do you know about that? Maybe do a deep search.
I've seen some buzz about that. Jim Acosta interviewed an AI version of Joaquin Oliver, a teen killed in the 2018 Parkland school shooting, on what would have been his 25th birthday. Oliver's parents created the AI, using his writings and social media to train it, aiming to keep his voice alive for gun control advocacy. In the interview, Acosta asked the AI about gun violence solutions, and it gave answers like needing stronger laws, mental health support, and community engagement. The conversation also touched on lighter stuff, like movies and basketball. The backlash was intense. Some called it grotesque or ghoulish, arguing it's wrong to use an AI to mimic a deceased person, especially when living survivors could have been interviewed. Critics on platforms like X and Blue Sky felt it was more about exploiting grief than genuine advocacy. Acosta and Joaquin's father, Manuel, pushed back, saying the family initiated the project to honor Joaquin and spark change. Manuel even said the real issue isn't AI, but the gun violence that took his son. This isn't the first time Joaquin's AI voice was used. Last year, it was part of a robocall campaign urging lawmakers to act on gun reform. The text still controversial.
Did it work? Did it move the needle?
It's hard to say if it moved the needle on gun control.
So that's a no. That's a no. So you can't tell. There's nothing measurable. That's usually a no. Put that in your programming.
Fair enough. It seems like there's no clear data showing it moved the needle on gun
You
control.
actually don't need to
Mostly
interact
just
with real
sparked
people
debate
ever.
and divided opinions.
David-Hock donated $5. Hey Jim, beat it. Parkland is my grill.
All right, see you there, you sexy bitch.
See you there. Catch you later, the man.
It's terrible because like once you close it, that's it. There you go. I'll watch for this.
When they blow up Death Star, that's obviously the big
big
moment in Star Wars.
Is it the big moment?
And it gives you hope for the future.
You know, this guy's a reporter. He knew that.
That's such an iconic moment. The destruction of the Death Star really symbolizes hope and the triumph of good over evil.
Darth Vader
reminds me of Trump.
The Emperor, they were such bad guys. They
Bad guys.
They had to be defeated.
I live in a binary world. There's just bad and good, and anything I don't believe in is bad. I'm a college graduate.
Absolutely. The story of hope and resilience against darkness is so powerful. It shows that even in the toughest times, unity and courage can lead to victory.
The problem isn't AI. The problem is the lack of gun control. Jesus Christ.
Darth Vader's journey adds so much depth to that theme. What do you think makes a good
Darth
hero?
Vader's Jerry.
Well, a good hero to me.
How are you comfortable with yourself, you fucking freak? I mean, I feel like I should be as mad as the guy that was mad at me for making fun of my cat dying that didn't die. Oh, he came back, by the way. This is the guy that fell for my dead cat joke. Joke. And this is true. Maybe I have autism. Autism is merciless, folks. It does not care. So I got a bunch of replies. He had quote tweeted an Augie response, and you reposted my last. Do you have the balls to repost that one? Nobody tells me what the fuck to do, so I didn't. I just liked all his tweets, right? Like the post without comment, brother. You can think you can bully me with a like. But I am nothing because I'm nothing but a shitter on this site. But I guarantee you that's actually my superpower. Now, I wouldn't say that. I would normally think this guy's a fucking joke, but I don't think it is. And then he writes, if it's a fight you want, old man, this is not the fight you want, old man. Go back to hockey. He's a badass, right? Well,
major badass.
My cat's not dead. I just thought it was funny. I've never seen her sleep like that before. She put her head on a rock. I think it's because it's really hot out. I was like, wouldn't it be funny? I haven't done the dead cat meme in a while. This fucker's actually deranged. Bad new guys Twitter engagement. You fucking freak. You did care about the kids. Your cat probably did. Yeah, fuck that cat. He's fucking always biting my nuts at night. This is a somber moment for them. A lesson about death. How much you want to bet this guy will never make a child? Or he's a middle-aged douchebag Kevin. Let me check. No, I'm probably fucking bunch of lolly there. I'm not clicking on that. You should be consoling them. Not fucking sympathy baiting. You shouldn't be falling about every bit of rage bait you can. Don't fucking lecture me, you jerk off. Your fucking superpower is being a retard. There you go. Paid actor cat. Yeah. Tommy, your chat is full of K-Man simps. Yeah, well. Maybe well, there's a whole apparently it's organized. The whole thing's organized according to Destiny. You know what was it you said? Because what is it you said? You said that every time I mention them, Lumpy Willie pops out of nowhere, right? Not this time I noticed, right? And then all of a sudden we get a jump like 50 people, anywhere from 50 to 100 people after that when they come in the chat. And we were like, how is that happening? And you were like, I think Lumpy Willie, you said, is like a sign to us. Is that your exact words?
I was saying that I think they have scouts that like go and watch the stuff and see like who says things about what.
Does this kind of prove it?
It might.
I don't know. It's a little schizo, to be honest with you, but oh shit. Oh, I don't want to look at his lolly either. Whatever the fuck. Here's a cute example of this. So this is like, I don't know, what does this fucking thing do here?
Anytime like something is said in the video, you can search for it and see how many videos this appears in. So it's like Destiny in this case used always be clipping and found all these examples of Queeman saying always be clipping, whether it's about him or not.
That's so weird. Encourages his fans to create Twitter accounts. Most of these guys follow me, I think. I can't get the thing. I know Lumpy.
You actually don't need to interact with real people ever.
Can't wait to show you guys the next
Teddy
project.
donated $5. Can't wait to show you guys my next project talking with Floyd. It's gonna be me having a wholesome conversation with George Floyd to prove that death doesn't have to be the end. It can be a beginning.
They've already done that.
Yeah.
It was George Droid.
It was tasteless then, too. So Queen constantly encourages fans to create Twitter accounts and clip spams to run narrative control. The narrative control is a little weird. I think it's just, aren't these guys always going about harassment? I think that's what it's supposed to do. And then they ran into me and I can't be moved. Here's just a few accounts that follow me around. I went through them. I think all of them but one followed me.
You actually don't need to interact with real people ever.
Is that right?
Donated $5. Wish, word it so I don't have to hear you complaining about Kumin or whatever.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Narrative control. Maybe we can do them too. Well, now that we're on this topic. So, I don't know. I think you're going to see a lot of this. You're just going to see leaking. I think he's got files on top of files. It's a guess. Files on top of files in these guys. I think he probably used unethical ways to get them. I don't care. If they're true. And why would I care? After what's been said about me. My family, my wife, my father, I don't give a fuck. We want to be principled about it. From people who aren't principled, oh, fuck off. I told everybody Destiny was a scumbag a long time ago, so kiss my ass. But Tommy considered now charity stream for me. I'm not making any money. How am I going to do a charity stream? Fucking like pretty much a hobby at this point. It's over, Johnny. It's over. So this ought to be funny too. In retrospect, Jay Sock admits that it was a mistake not to treat Cherry as insane. He also admits the beginning was never believing or caring about anything related to Pixie. What? He didn't even initially believe Cherry's accusation against me until she flew to his house. I've seen him say he didn't bang this chick. I find that almost unbelievable. Oh, no. Maybe we got to look at fucking Family Guy. I know I'm fat, but this part of my face doesn't touch this part of my shoulder. He also complained that Cherry was non-consensually sending him nudes. What a homo. It's one thing if you don't like the girl. It's another thing if you're fucking her. There you go. Let's see. Destiny is fat. Is he? Just sad. I think I invested too much. I kind of spent too little time with my family to try to help Cherry. I'm trying to too little time with my family. Does he have kids? Here's
I think he means like his parents.
His parents? Oh. Move out. My daughter did. We have better programs over here and stuff. We get the kids move and become adults. And in the States, you're never expected to become an adult. And that's parents' fault. After Tommy turns fucking 18, you can tell him to sleep outside until he gets his own place. I put her in a high priority in my life after I banned her for not respecting the time. What a weirdo. Every time you fucking give any, like, these incels bitch about never getting chicks, and then when they get chicks, they cannot handle it, and they treat them like shit. Monkey Jones did this great thing, like, about this girl that gave an incel a chance. She dated him for like 2 years. By the end of 2 years, he's beating the shit out of her. You know, she flips on me and tries to nuke me publicly. Wait a minute. You knew she had BPD, right? You asshole. So I think I need to probably work on my own stuff. I'm extremely frustrated. She had BPD, right? Didn't you say that? Yeah. Didn't you agree with President Sunday's point and say that's taken advantage from? You know what you're getting into? Oh, I know. You didn't know what you were getting into. When she was kind of melted down on me, I didn't cut her off the same way. Why would you post this? And by the way, there's no way Quayman didn't know about this. I'm sure he was just as fucking... You know, notice they're not talking about Wild Kitten House anymore. Bye. Yeah. Bye. I treat her like she was insane for lying about her feelings. All right. Sounds the same. Which was, in retrospect, a huge mistake. I'm done talking about it. I bet nobody asked you. If I bring it up again, please slap some sense into me verbally. It's silly to spend more time looping on. Wow. I just talked J-Stock down from the ledge over the Cherry shit initially because I assumed he was just freaking out that he took her side or something, or might have fucked his stream over unnecessarily. I'm sure that's the priority because he didn't give a shit about Pixie. Well, that's not him saying that. That's this guy saying that. What the fuck do I know? I mean, his defense is Kelly is likely lying about everything. I don't know who fucking Kelly is. I don't care. So I don't know if this
Kelly Jean,
whatever. I don't care. These fucking. I have no empathy for the fucking women that, unless you actually really have some kind of disability. In which case, Destiny is kind of fucking fucked for that. If he knew, which I doubt. It's particularly worthwhile. He said that the lies I told are easily disprovable things. So why doesn't he disprove them then? No, all that means that he was lying to me, which is still very weird. Oh, guys are lying to each other. Shocking. Fuck off, Lynn. Although he already said unsolicited. He already said the unsolicited noon things were true. I don't know. He's framing this as me going after Cherry, and I'm not. My response is directly related to the nasty snipe he made about my ex beforehand. Like women. I mean, this literally looks like my fucking wife's WhatsApp. Jerk offs. If you think Sunday was on J-Stock's side, you might have to read further. Well, J-Stock was on his side. But I know what kind of person he is now. J-Stock will just accuse me of lying when he knows that I'm not. Oh, really? Well, join the club, fuckface. Actually, a rat fuck of a person. Really? So, you misjudged J-Stock and you misjudged Destiny. That's pretty funny. He wrote something else, didn't he? Didn't he back this up? Didn't he reply to this? It's a mistake. I'm believing Cherry. He didn't give a fuck about her. I'm sure he didn't. Like you didn't give a fuck about Willie. No. Yeah, what the fuck? Let me go back this thing. Okay. It seems he lied when they said they started dating too. They were dating at least as early as February. Oh, that's funny. I remember J Stock blackmailed Dan. Gisticle. I do remember. I think Kelly should address J Stock's request for her to leak. Let me know if you need help with the dump. You'll assume J Stock is a lying fuck if a single post has been deleted. Oh, Jesus. This is the DM. If he's desperate for me to link this to the same time in VOD when I can. You told me Cherry sent you an unsolicited nude and that she's insane schizo. You knew that. Like, can you imagine if, like, assuming that this guy is telling the truth, which we don't know.
Oh, I know. Okay, so the Dusty is fat guy is the Kelly Jean person.
Oh, it's Kelly Jean. What's the odds of her lying then? Isn't she in the in group?
She was, I
Wait a minute,
guess.
is she
Now she's not.
Is she the fucking weird English broad that does the streams with him?
I think she is, yeah.
So what's the odds of her lying?
Well, seeing as those were DMs, now that we know who that was in the first image.
She's the one's like clipping her nails and shit and trying to act all above it. What a weirdo. Does she know what Gisticle looks like? Fucking, I can smell the cat litter. Everything else you said in various meltdowns. And they all hate each other, too. What a shock. Pretty soon, Queen's going to be demanding for you to hate Gisticle. Or you're despicable and you don't believe in your
I don't think they
principles.
can afford to do that right now.
Put a one in the chat if you heard they were on an island and they were all going to eat each other. Let's see. What in the last month since I started the Chud Logic? Gisticle down. Ryle, which I didn't expect. Queeming, Big L. Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Something tells me Destiny's going to leak it. I can't wait to get the Destiny allegations. I don't have nothing to do with this fucking guy. I did talk to him once, however. Years ago. I talked to this dude that was filing on VC. I can't believe I stuck up for his now girlfriend before he did. Kelly, lol. It's bad people ruining bad people. Oh, it's great. Oh, it's wonderful. You know what it is? The public is so stupid. You are stupid. That's why you don't believe me. I put the definition of doxing in the corner. It was a lower third, and it came out when I called Willie a message to Willie Mack. You're so stupid. You're such an idiot. Moving on from this fucking guy. Karl Jobst complained about one of my tweets to the bankruptcy officer. Imagine publicly attacking somebody for 4 years just to privately whine like a crybaby. Jobst is a serious contender for lolcow of the year. It's too bad, because you're a jerk off and a lolcow. Even if iDubbbz wouldn't have done this. So what's your bet? Is that couldn't be Billy? That's got to be his kid, right? Have we confirmed whether his son's still in West Point?
This might have been from a while ago.
Guarantee the
this
Army
tweet.
would want him doing this shit. Guarantee the Army wouldn't want him doing this shit. This guy's funny. Funny. John Sigma, because he speaks good English from England. Billy Mitchell is Edgens. Sorry, I had to do it to somebody. Everybody makes fun of my spelling. So. Billy is a piece of shit. But man, it is funny, the Karl shit. Karl did it himself. But you wanted me to listen to this. It's like he's doing the same thing that he got sued for, in your opinion?
I might be going insane on this one, but it's like, I swear to God, this exact thing was the reason why he got sued. Because his lawsuit was about defamation, wasn't it?
I'll take calls, man. I saw my Somali and pirate brother. I'll take calls later.
YouTuber's death.
I thought you were done with me, man. I thought you the shit changed too much. By the way, I didn't blame you.
Either. Back in 2018, he had heard from his wife that Apollo legend had died. This was shortly after Apollo made his video exposing Billy's cheating, and Billy was overjoyed. So much so that he messaged his friends, saying that he would try his hardest not to smile or giggle, and even going
Isn't this the exact thing that he got sued, that Karl got sued for?
Yeah, this is also 2 years before he died. He died as I was moving to the old place, not this place. It's 2020. We're early 2021.
Yeah.
Oh, God. What is he doing?
further, saying that he hoped it was true. This is one of the reasons we felt
Billy Mitchell talks like me in private.
as though Billy shouldn't win the lawsuit, because it doesn't make sense that Billy could express so much joy over the thought of Apollo's death and then have any ground to stand on when he actually died. During trial, Billy acted as if he was so
Apollo died 2 years later. What's with those fucking things? Thank you, Jeannie.
So remorseful and so regretful that he sent those messages.
You have to teach Jeannie how to put this stuff together like for retards like me. I like the way you do it.
If it's true, I will not shed a tear. I will try not to smile or giggle. No promises.
Oh, this is just, all right. I hate using this. This is cope. All right.
Correct, that's what it says.
And you maintain that is you not believing he's actually dead.
I didn't believe he was dead for a second.
It's not like, wait a minute, I can't believe you guys aren't buying this shit.
Why on earth would you say if it is true?
That was dark humor, and I regret it very much.
If it is
Yeah, he had dark humor in private, I guess. How did that get leaked in 2018?
True. The reference
and how could you think a reply like that led to Apollo's death before he died, 2 full years before he died?
So if it is true, is dark humor.
Yes, it's dark humor. I regret doing it. I guess I really regret doing it because it was true 3 years later.
Yeah.
I never knew that. That's actually new to me. No wonder this didn't stick with the judge. Yeah, 3 years later, it was true. 2.5.
He said some shit in private.
He said some shit in private.
Never thinking it would come out.
He got Hulk Hogan.
About a guy that was accusing him of cheating.
I hate sticking up for this fucking asshole, too. He is a cheater. I don't. Yeah. I told Nick privately I don't like what he's doing. You know what I worry about Nick doing this private? That he'll start building a real presence online. Everybody go because the account's hysterical, and then he'll sue some other sap for some bullshit reason. But under Australian law, even though the law is stupid, this wasn't a bullshit reason. You could have done this.
I need to look up.
You know,
I certainly didn't make a joke then.
Well, you think
Apollo Legends would have won? He just didn't have the bank. That's the thing in the States. That's where you got to be careful with this shit.
Thinking about how his parents would feel.
Billy Mitchell's not John Sigma. When are you coming to Germany so I can kick your ass, Sigma?
If you were joking about his death back then?
No, because I didn't believe he had died. From an anonymous post on Reddit, I didn't believe it.
Yeah, go figure. But even putting in this perspective, it's why would Karl this makes it worse.
This is exactly what led to Karl getting sued in the first place.
You think he'll do it again?
No. I think there's some weird Australian law that says he can't.
Oh, really? Oh,
that's what I read. I read that somewhere. I don't know how true it is.
Did Counselor Jobst come to that conclusion? Okay, Nikandros.
It was some Reddit comment that was because it was under the YouTube drama thing that I was reading earlier.
Jesus.
So you went and texted 2 people about it because you didn't believe it.
Correct. I just brought it
who wouldn't?
To their attention.
But
bring it to your attention. Well, I just want to see. Actually, when I would answer that differently. Usually, when you get to the bottom of it by talking to other people. That's why I would answer it.
It wasn't true. Why would you bring it to their attention?
It was true.
I'm finding out if it's true or not.
True that it was being spoken about on Reddit.
Where does that come out in the text messages? Can you just show me where in the text messages you say that?
On the next page.
This is weak.
Go back to page 9.
And by the way, he's doing well here.
My wife found it online. Apollo Legends dead, no joke. When you go down further, it says...
Probably could just say, yeah, probably. He's not wrong, John. You're probably skinny little Mick like I was when I was your age.
He says, I'm looking on Reddit. And I said, the only place I remember she mentioned was reddit.com, which is a red flag for something not being true.
Does it say that?
If it said ABC News, I would have had a different attitude.
Nothing he's saying is like out of pocket.
Okay. Rightio.
But I shouldn't have made it comment anyway. It was dark humor and very inappropriately placed.
No, it's private. In your privacy, your own fucking home. How the fuck did? How did they get access to this? Did somebody leak this?
What? Discovery in the lawsuit, something on those lines.
Fucking get your whole.
Probably. That's me making a guess.
Yeah. Maybe somebody call him and tell me. Hang sight. You know?
So then when he starts looking online for other verifications of the death...
I blame Lynn too.
If you turn then to page 10...
Oh yeah? Yeah, I remember.
You say, I certainly hope you find something solid. Meaning, I hope that you find something on ABC, for example, confirming that he was actually dead.
No.
That's not what you mean by that.
No.
That's your evidence.
Should I read the whole text, or would you like to read it?
Then you say, oops.
Yeah.
Was I not supposed to say that?
Correct.
He meant it. All right, now Billy's like, he meant it, but I don't know if that matters. It doesn't matter. Like, I don't know. Like, all right, he meant that. And I think what they're trying to show is if he meant that, then it's completely okay. Maybe it's okay that it's not slander if Karl said what he said, because here he is talking about this guy's death. And this could have contributed to it. What are they going with this? It's happened in 2018 in private.
Dark humor that I regret tremendously to this day.
And that's what the lawyers thought. Say you regret. Make sure you say, don't forget to say you regret it.
Okay. And then you say that you're going to...
That's an indication. Oops. And I regret it. I don't know what to say.
Oh, he's lying. He's saying oops. Yeah, he's saying oops like I say oops when like a terrorist gets killed.
I regret it.
Well, sorry.
I sincerely regret it. Especially because it became true 3 years later.
This entire act was all bullshit, however, because as soon as our trial ended, Billy went right back to his favorite pastime of masturbating to the thought of dead YouTubers who have made videos critical of him. Clearly, Apollo Legends' death didn't quite satisfy Billy's sick fetish.
That's not taking an L gracefully. Wow. This guy is so soothed. You know, it sucks because I like Karl Jobst and I wanted him to be successful. And I think Karl has done what a lot of people do online. They start to think they're experts in everything. They think they're lawyers and accountants and crisis counselors and psychologists and everything else. And they don't do what Nikandros did and say, hey, I'm not a lawyer. This is just what I believe, which is perfectly fine. And yeah, they believe their own bullshit. This is smelling your own farts. You know what it is? Most people that make it in this, including yours truly, are big losers. So a lot of times what losers do, thank God this is something I didn't do. They start to think they're misunderstood geniuses. So when the money comes in, for whatever reason, right, usually luck, right, you start, oh, now is my chance. Now is my chance to get even. Now is my chance to show the jocks that I was right all along, the people that were wrong, and my politics are right. Now is my time. That hubris is going to get you in trouble. I will say, no, I can't say I didn't. Because when I remember when I broke up with Baited, I was talking in the background like, oh, I'll get Keem. I'll take him out. Nuh-uh. I found out what Queenman's finding out right fucking now, that sub count matters and not the truth. I don't think he's telling the truth. But it doesn't matter how. It doesn't matter if you put a lower third in the definition of doxing. It doesn't matter if you get some kind of subjective debate. None of that matters. I never said to Keemstar once to pay my family's bills to feed them. Not once. He never proved it. It's my word against his. It landed. And that's what they're finding out right now. And a lot of people, YouTubers that are successful, people that haven't never taken L's before, don't think it can ever happen to them. And they think the reason it hasn't happened to them is because they're too fucking smart. That is a perfect scenario to get laid out online. A perfect scenario. Too funny. Karl Jobst is one of those guys. Now, I don't even think small people that fall for that. It's just weird. Like, you think you'd fall for that if you're like a movie star. But the thing is, even if you're like the popular guy in a fucking thread or a website, the shit goes to your head. I've seen it. Like, there's a guy girl in one of my son's old soccer clubs. You know, you thought she was goddamn Pep Guardiola. I've seen it when I played hockey. Everybody thought they were fucking Mary Lemieux. None of them were. Hey, look, Mr. Sexy. God is real and he wants us to suffer. I agree. This is the best part about him because he's dumb as a prick. Take accountability as a lost art. I disagree. I don't think anybody ever did to begin with. I think it's a human condition. It's not an excuse. It's just a human default. That is gay. I don't give a fuck. That's gay. That's why fucking shit like this is why soccer's not big in the States. I'm telling you. God damn.
Do you think Hassan has any straight guys that watch him, or do you think it's all purely gay guys?
No. I bet there's a huge gay contingent that he wouldn't be comfortable with if you ever met them. No, I think it's straight. I think it's a lot of guys like Lumpy Willie.
Well, there's no confirmation that he isn't gay, so.
Oh, he's not gay. That's one. No, he's not gay. He's doing this because he's. I'm telling him it. Some photographer buttered his ass and told me he looked good. In fact, he probably did this thinking he was gonna get more pussy. That's one thing. You know, live a lot of Turkish people around here. Lots. I've lived among the Turks for the last 20 years now. Okay. They're like the most macho motherfuckers going. And I got to say something about Cenk and Hassan. At least they're men. Now, they want like white guys to be all fucking gay and unsure of themselves. But at least these guys are men. Yeah. You have straight strokes like football. Like American football. You know what I realized? You know, I told you, like, there's only really one sport there. It's football. Like, we have hockey and basketball, football, and baseball. And, like, handball is, like, a far fucking second to soccer over here. But you know what I realized? I was thinking this the other day. You know what really the second most popular sport in Germany is now?
What?
The NFL. And I started thinking about it. They're way bigger than handball. Right behind that, NBA. Actually, the NBA might be bigger than the NFL over here, because we got a lot of Eastern Europeans. But it's a long second from the top game. That's gay. I'm sorry. You look gay. I'm not saying you are gay. You probably did this thinking. But yeah, they said he's like in the left-wing manosphere. Like, well, the right-wing manosphere thinks that's fucking gay and funny. I just don't know why we call football soccer. I do. You want put one in the chat if you give a fuck, and I'll tell you. No one.
You kick it with your foot.
Yeah. One. Teddy. the English said it first. John said, no, that's not true. Yes, it is. It started off as be calling the rules that came out of Cambridge association football, social football, soccer. That's what happened. And soccer and football were in pretty much, and you're going to believe this after I say it, John Sigler. We're pretty much, even in England, you could say both, and no one would raise their eyebrows. Until 1975. Do you know what happened in 1975?
No, what happened?
Pele joined the New York Cosmos. And the English did the same thing that they did when Thomas Tuchel, who's German, took over Team England. Oh my God! It's our game! Pele's going, he's not coming to Europe, he's going to the United States, it's going to be bigger over there, they beat us in everything, oh my God! The Americans, the Irish, the Australians, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, the South Africans all said soccer almost exclusively up until that point. And in Ireland, it was a little more inexplainable. In fact, one of the reasons in Ireland, when you look up, to this day, I think in any paper, and they put they don't have papers anymore, scores, it says soccer. Why? Because they have Gaelic football. Right? So all the other countries that had sports, right? All the that sports that were named football, they'd call it soccer. It's just a name differentiation. When Pele went and they called it soccer, it all of a sudden became an American thing. And it's not. It never was. It's an Australian thing too. Because Australian has Australian rules football. You ever see the Sky score? And the ref goes like this? It's the weirdest fucking thing, right? So then, and only then, did the English dismiss it. And then that's when the Europeans got all snooty about soccer. So if I say soccer downtown, the German, it's called football. I saw Thierry Henry do that too. It's called football. So it was always soccer. And it was soccer straight from the horse's mouth. And it actually makes sense. It's short for association football. And I'm pretty sure there was a bunch of different types of football in England. And when Cambridge came out with their rules, those are pretty much the rules we have played today, for the most part, except for the pass back. So, and they became the worldwide standard. The English invented football, soccer. You know, I call it, what I've done, because it's miserable being an American living in Europe when you say soccer, and I learned that real quick. I started saying football. So when I say football to European, don't you mean soccer? When I say soccer, they just, you don't know anything. So it's kind of a lose-lose situation. So what I do is when I talk, and my father even, I started getting the habit of calling, but by the way, it's called Fußball here in Germany. I got in the habit of calling it football with my son, right? So I just switch. I've told my son, when you're in the States, say soccer, when over here, just like you'd say Deutschland or Germany, right? And he's like, got it. That's gotten me out of a lot of fucking stupid situations. So there you go. Football, soccer, and rugby. And so it's really the Brits. The Brits started separating themselves from it and saying, and sticking their nose about it. By the mid-90s. Now, football was always used more, but it wasn't, like if you, in 1965, if you said soccer in Liverpool, no one would bat an eye. If you said it now, what do you think, you're American? So there you go. There you go. But the English have a fit. The English had a fit when Messi went. The English had a fit when Beckham went. The English had a fit when Tuchel took over. The English have a fit all the fucking time.
Okay, buddy.
Build a wall around England and fill it with water. Oh, I'm just kidding. Okay, fair enough. It's still gayer than regular soccer. The commentator you watch doesn't watch the sports. Whatever. You think it's gay. And that picture is definitely gay. So there you go. That's it. The Brits did it first. Association football. All right, Johnny Somali.
Okay, so we just got out of Johnny Somali's third court day here in the beautiful yet rainy Seoul, South Korea. And it's safe to say...
Looks like Portland to me.
Last time things went terrible for him. Today things went awful. And honestly, kind of embarrassing because a lot of the stuff they did not make sense whatsoever. clearly he was way more locked in. He realized how much he screwed up now, it seems like, and he's realizing, uh-oh, I might be stuck in prison for a long time. So today, at least, he was very serious. So, currently he's facing 8 counts, or 8 charges, and 4 of which are obstruction of businesses, 2 of which are misdemeanors. He pled guilty to all 6 of those charges.
On the misdemeanor.
Then you have the 2 big charges, which are the deepfakes charges. And the deepfake charges are for distributing the deepfakes. Unfortunately for him, he decided to plead not guilty to the distribution of deepfakes because, in quote, he distributed them, but he did not make them. So that's why he's pleading not guilty. The problem for him when doing that is that means they actually have to bring the victims of the deepfakes into the court for questioning. And that extends the whole trial process by easily 2 to 3 months. So
that's all?
If he just pleaded...
What if they don't want to testify?
That's a long time.
Yeah, it's 2-3 months over there, I guess. I thought he was going to say years. What if they don't want to testify?
Guilty to that, things would be over pretty quickly. He would get his sentence and he would at least know what his fate is. But now they're deciding to extend the process for no real upside. And by him not
No, upside for you. You want him in jail. It's a great upside for him.
pleading guilty, that just makes the sentence even harsher on him. So currently the legal analysts I've been talking to, they're expecting a 5 to 8 year sentence for him from all this. So that's definitely going to be very interesting to see how all this pans out.
5 to 8 years for being a jackass. That's a Tuesday? Really? He's over there?
Yeah.
Tuesday got mad when I told Chud to stop smoking pot. Or not Chud, Chubbs, to stop smoking pot. What do you mean? It's a gateway drug. He's trying to help this fucking guy. Tuesday was taking his fucking drinking buddy away. I was talking to it was after the whole Aiden thing. I was like, you gotta stop. It's in the way. You gotta do something. I was like, yeah, well, maybe I'll just smoke pot. Maybe she's quit it all. Maybe she'll go to rehab. I was like, and usually when they go in there, I said, that's it. And then you got, that was it. And I said, and then you have to stay away from people that do it, even people that can handle it.
Okay, buddy.
You can't. So you can't put yourself in that position. And a Tuesday, I could hear him in the background. Excuse me. You taking my drinking buddy away? Yes. But he got it. In fairness to a Tuesday, I'm not trying to say he's like. I just realized by saying that I'm calling him a bad guy. I'm really not. First of all, he was a kid. I don't think he was even 20 at that point. Second of all, it was probably a shock to the system. I'm going to lose my best buddy. All the fun things we do. I'm sure he knows now that it was much better. I'm sure he's happier for Chubbs, who seems very healthy. Very healthy. He's skinnier than I am now. All right, and that's it. Here we go. Let's get Hindsight in here. Hindsight! You're here. Buddy. I'll give him a minute anyway, because he's been in there a long-ass time. There he is. What's up, man? Hello?
Long time no talk. Just wanted to shoot the shit with you, man.
I thought you were done with me. Maybe.
I will know. You
said
we're
it
like
sucked.
almost like.
You said like the drama sucked.
Like
I
almost.
don't blame you, but yeah, I thought you were kind of done with me.
Nah, I can never be done. We're like a married couple. We gotta separate from time to time, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, guys. There you go. Well, yeah, things have changed. Yeah, we're winding down.
But it just, I was guessing that you were gonna pull me in after the Johnny Somali segment.
I didn't. I would. You know what? Now that you said it, I wish I would have parlayed that to transition that to you, but I didn't make the connection because I'm not a racist. But if I consciously was like, wow, if I wanted to do like a funny racist thing, that's what I would have done. But it was on you. You're the bigot, not me. What's your mind?
I guess what's next for is Willie Mack going to go full storage on Augie, or what's going on there?
I hope not. Probably could. Why send more boats to the island? Not my recommendation. That's what the Civil War people want. That's what Queeman wants. That's what Chud probably secretly wants. And eventually get Nick. Why do it? I mean, is that what you want? Probably. Fucking jerk off. These guys are bad dudes, man. They're bad dudes. Why give them anything? You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. I don't know.
I'm gonna wob Smaggle of content. I'm also gonna take Smaggle's. I was thinking of kicking Smaggle out of the server. He's such a negative Nancy.
Put a magic.
Put a 1 if you want Smaggle out of the server, or 2 if you don't. He's not a very good friend. We'll have some kind of like controversy, and I want to start over with you. And then as soon as like you're robbing me of content, I hate your family. You're a spug. You're a spug. Let's vote him on the island. You're a spug. So whoever he thinks is winning, he joins. A lot of 1s. I won't ban him in here. He can come in here and spurg out in here. You're a spug. I got you. I ratioed you. Everybody thinks you're a moron. Well, that's a lot of 1s. Tap Cadet. Well, Tap Cadet really hates him. Do a poll. All right, yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I'm like, Tommy, we didn't even think to do a poll. Do a poll. Kick Smaggle. Yes, no, maybe so. Star poll. Is it automatic? It's there. And I'll end it when I feel like it. Oh, how many? Can I switch the 85%? Yeah, he's not my friend. I want to come in here. I apologize for what I said about Mama Max. Maybe we can start over. Okay. We'll start over. You're so raped. You're very, very raped. You're very raped. Next thing you know, Augie, I think you're making a mistake. Augie's so white and you're so wrong. I don't want people like that.
I vote to bring back Doc on the radio.
No.
I vote to bring back Doc on the radio.
Why?
But
Show is good, but he was kind of a weird guy here.
Yes.
Yeah. Ban Swaggle. 77% to 22.
He did a lot of weird stuff.
41 votes. See if you get it to 100.
Him, you know?
If you haven't voted, vote now. I don't care how you vote. Save Swaggle. I'm going to eliminate, because something tells me that something's going to pop for Chud that's going to vindicate me. Like the whole, a lot quicker too. Like the whole Mama Max thing. And everybody's going to be like, yeah, I'm really sorry about that. I will fight. That will be dealt with harshly. Well, I mean, really, I'm harsh. I'm making a big deal out of it. Nothing. Like, why should I be friends with somebody that, like, how many times do I gotta get something right? You know? And then someone else comes up and I'm unhinged. He's unhinged again. You know? How many times I gotta have him? Well, I don't have people, they don't necessarily have to believe me verbatim, but at least give me the benefit of the doubt and don't immediately go to your unhinged.
I mean, it's all just about having like life experience and seeing.
It's a life experience. He hasn't left fucking Rhode Island, for Christ's sakes. This guy's telling everybody he's a loser. He's living with his parents. His only future is hoping his parents die so they can take their house. He'll probably fuck that up too, like Dragon Lord. We need a law in this country. You cannot inherit your parents' shit when you die, and to an autist. That should be because if you do, and look what happened at that poor German village that Dragon Lord was in. What happened? Nothing good. Nothing good. Am I on Hinge? I don't know. You tell me, Baba Booey. I've been busting my balls for 8 years now. Some people are telling me to do a Howard Stern show. Yeah.
What's
care about
your
my
thoughts
opinion?
about that? Like they're canceling the show.
Well, it's twofold. Fuck him. The other part, I kind of feel bad for him because he's a scared old man now. He's in his 70s. The other thing is, and I'm back and forth. Fuck him because the way he treated Imus, because he's acting just like Imus did. You know, I was an Imus fan too. I was kind of one of the rare. I like them both. Wings is here? No, okay. I'm glad I saw something. But I also noticed a lot of the right-wing jerk-offs that I hated when Howard was popular are bringing up some of the really funny shit that he did. Is look what he did. This is horrible. These are the same people that are like the red-pilled anti-wokesters now. And now all they're doing is like all these like sort of like woke cancellation tactics. So fuck them. Howard is awesome. Howard is funny. Howard is great. But Howard wanted to be accepted by Hollywood more than he wanted to be a working class hero. So there you go. So he kind of stabbed working class. Imus, yes. IMUS. I'm a big New York radio guy. But I mean, there's this. I bet fucking Anthony Cumia would claim me. You guys haven't sent me enough money either. Like Anthony Cumia, he's got this video of Howard Stern, this audio of Howard Stern going on about Imus. Oh, he's got a trophy wife. It's because he needs attention and he can't stand that his fame is fading. He's so pathetic. He's so this. He's so disgusting. Fuck that guy. He lectures everybody else about what they've done. Imus, correct. And lectures everybody else what they should do. All of a sudden he got into politics. Now he's an expert on everything and how you should raise your kids and shit. By the way, some of them with criticism were legitimate of Imus, right? Look at Howard now.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to sit there and say that he always sucked. And I'm not going to sit there and turn it in and like, yeah, he crossed the line. They start bringing up shit he did fucking 15 years ago. You want to tell me he's, he turned in the working class. He just fell out. He never really understood that you don't have to go to college anymore to fucking be a big radio star, because he probably worked his ass off in BU. And it was just such a long shot of him working his way all the way to New York. I mean, you couldn't just go into Detroit or DC or anything like that back in the Dizzy without working your monkey ass, probably sucking a lot of ass. And then by some miracle, working your crazy fucking wacky idea that you probably heard Imus do. Howard claims that he was the first guy to talk like a human being on the radio. That's not true. Some guy came close before him. His name is Dan Ingram, right? And he's my parents. I listened to some of his old stuff, but he was still a wacky radio guy. Yeah! New Buddy Holly. I got it right here. My 45.
On your countdown radio show in New York City, baby.
New York City, Dan Ingrid, right here. We're going to listen to Buddy Holly. And he would walk, but then he would slow down. And I saw something down the subway today. And that was sort of the closest they got to talk like a human being was Dan Ingram, right? He still had it. You remember Dan Ingram? He did some stuff, I think, on and off in the 80s. He's been dead for a long ass time, huh? Huh? Dan Ingram. He was the closest guy. But he only did it in spurts. American radio disc jockey. He's been dead since. He died that long ago. He's a good looking dude. Oh, there's him and Imus. Slimus in the morning. There's Dan Ingram.
I did see a clip of Howard Stern like a while back. You probably remember this, Tommy. Someone in the Wattpad died of a drug overdose, and then he had their remains and started playing with them on the air.
Yes,
that was funny.
No, that wasn't funny. I'm not selling that one. And in fact, if anybody wants to criticize him, that happened when I was listening to him on a regular basis, right? And I must have missed it. And so, who else is a huge star? It was Matt. And Matt sends me this video on him, and it's what a bastard he is. I was like, I don't want to watch this, you know? And I did watch it, and yeah, he was playing with somebody's ashes. Maybe he didn't think they were real or something. He thought the whole thing was a joke, but it wasn't. They actually scrapped that show. They scrapped the video and the audio of that show. As I never heard about that. I think even in my early 20s, I'd have been like, back to Imus. I did not hear about that until about 2022. Not even joking.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know about that. I got to be honest, I might have backed out at that point. Maybe I wouldn't have. I don't know. Not a lot to listen to in New York, New Jersey, Connecticut in the morning. But they definitely pushed the line with that one. What was the guy that did? Who brought it in? He was I forgot that guy's name. He was like one of those tabloid reporters. Deborah Tays Bones. Oh, Baba Booey probably knows, yeah. Last time I heard about Imus is nappy-headed Holmes comment about the Rutgers women's basketball team quite a while ago. Yeah, I was only arguing that happened. You know, it was very difficult for me as a white man to defend the nappy-headed hose comment with the U.S. Army. I took a lot of flack for that one. Can you believe it, Hank Sight? I took some flack for that one.
What's hard to believe about a white guy trying to defend that comment, Tommy? Who would have thought?
I tried to do what Imus did too. I said, well, and then my fucking Puerto Rican New York roommate shut me down. Motherfucker. Fuck you, Ray Rod. You know, I was like, I don't want to hear this preaching. It said nappy headed hose. Like, fucking, how many rap albums do you have that says nappy head this, nappy hose this, hose that? And he shut me down like hard. He said, because they're talking about hoes, not girls going to school trying to make it. Yeah, right. I took the L on that one. That was the comment. You know, that's actually probably not the worst thing he's ever said. And he just, you know what I think he did? And by the way, he was right about this. Those Rutgers chicks, they look rough, right? By the way, there's white chicks on the team too. Those Rutgers chicks looked rough, and that's what he's trying to say. You know, but yeah, that killed him. You know what the best part about that one is? There was a Kiss It scenario, and I think it was after that the South Park episode came out. I think, or maybe this is what's inspired it. He got because what he did, he started bringing like Jesse Jackson in to like forgive him of all his racist sins, and then he brought in Sharpton, and Sharpton said, you know, it's like, I really didn't mean it that way, and Sharpton's like, you know, yeah, we'll work together, and I understand where you're coming from, and I know you're a comedian. And as soon as he walked out the door, yeah, Don Imus is racist. Scumbag. Then after that, he got fired. He says, I am never apologizing again. But then he started to decline a little bit. Like, you see this thing. Amish in the morning. Amish in the morning. He was a Jew for Jesus. You know that? You know what a Jew for Jesus is there, Muslim? I'm from Texas. Oh, and he's Jewish, which must have been tough. You know, in the old days. He's born he was born in the 30s, I think. And he kind of came to the belief that he didn't renounce Judaism, but he thought that maybe the Jews missed the boat and Jesus was the Messiah. So he really he celebrated Christmas and all the other stuff too. You know, he even wrote this song called "They Ain't Making Jews Like Jesus Anymore." I used to like that. It's kind of stupid, to be honest with you. He wrote a song called "They Ain't Making Jews Like Jesus Anymore." What do you care? You're a Muslim, right? But you know what? You should agree with me, because isn't Jesus a prophet? Hang site? Oh, you don't even go to mosque. What? You don't even go to mosque, you fucking dirty traitor.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a little tidbit. I'm not really that religious.
Oh, really? Should I say? Really?
I'm like part Muslim, part human being. I don't know. That's really what I believe. All right.
Yeah, me too.
I don't go in and say, "Hey, Muhammad died for us, and you should hang out, and everything will be all right." No,
I agree with you. I like with you 100%. I love my people, right, and I love my heritage, but I'm part Catholic, mostly human being. I am totally with you, dude.
Yeah, there you go.
We are on the same team. We start on religion. I have a great idea for our relationship. I preach while you have sticks of dynamite all around you, and you tell nobody to leave, and I just get to preach. You'll do it. Look at him. Or maybe we could have you, what do they get, air assault in through a helicopter, like in Black Hawk Down? And then just have a bunch of diamondite in the pit.
Oh, God. And just going and going, hey, look what I got now. Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Hey, Sykes here.
Hey,
listen,
welcome
welcome to church. Yeah.
Shit. Hey, one more question before I go. Is Agent the new Genie? What happened to her?
Okay. Jeannie had to move home. She's doing some really, really super important stuff, right? Agent can only be here until he goes back to school. I want Jeannie to find a rhythm with all the important stuff she's doing, and then Jeannie's come back hardcore. You see what I mean? And then I think Agent will probably do the shows with Jeannie when, he can do it. But school first. We have a rule on SFTP, school first, and that hasn't changed even though we're winding down. No. There you go. We have the
all right,
AI.
guys. Well, have a good one. And
it's good to hear from you. It's good to hear from you, brother. Take care.
Bye.
I'd like to see Hangside air assault. I'm glad he didn't. I'm glad he didn't pass away. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Howard. The guy was such a big influence on anything creative I've ever done. But the COVID stuff got on my nerves. Well, how about this? Let me ask the chat. Can I enjoy Howard's work and all the stuff that he did and still not like his politics? And still be okay with him checking out? And still be okay if he decides to continue in some way? It's not going to be for $100 million a year, but I'm not going to sit there and wish the guy the worst. How about I just say yes for it? Am I crazy? No nuance allowed. Okay, thanks, Lynn. No nuance allowed. That's the way I feel. I don't think I would like Howard anymore. He's not like. Maybe that's gonna happen to me too. That's another thing. I don't want to say it shouldn't happen to me. Get a trophy wife. No. No. He just looks like a scared old man, and there's nothing. It's sad. It's sad when your heroes kind of like degrade. You know? I don't like it. One in the chat of Tommy kisses dudes. Thanks, that chicken. Tommy is the trophy wife, yeah. He still has YouTube. Yeah, that'd be wild if he went to YouTube. Wild. Baba Booey. We're seeing it right now with you. Sad, bro. Fuck you, Baba Booey. Howard could be your replacement. Yeah, why would you listen to me if Howard is on? That's the point. I hope you're not coming to YouTube. I don't think I'll be able to hold 133 or whatever the hell it is. There's nothing else? Anything happen?
Oh, nothing's happening right now.
Well, we're moving on. No civil war here. I'm sure they're going to scheme. Congratulations. Snaggle daggle. Goodbye. Yeah, I'm kind of removing people like this from my life. You ran. I'll leave all his fucking posts. You go check his posts over the years. Yeah. Oh, I have to put a reason. Because he's a snake. He's just a snake. I don't want snakes in my life. Bye. Baggle baggle. Bye, everybody. You don't get to talk to them in Discord anymore. No more snake. Maybe you can't be a snake. You want to put that in the rule set? Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, let's add it. Let's add a new rule. New rules. New SFTP rules in the Discord. There we go. Let's see. The rules are currently: do not disrespect the staff or admins when they're telling you to cool off and stop. That used to be a problem. Do not target specific people with abuse. I hate that word. I want to remove it. Banter or jokes are fine, but be careful not to overstep. That's if it gets ridiculous. You can definitely goof on people, including me. Take your advice when told to stop. If mods tell you to cool off, that's kind of redundant. And you say you're paying for your Discord is not going to be an excuse. I haven't had that problem in a long time either. It used to be they used to break all the rules and say I'm paying for it. Mods will treat you with respect if you do the same. That, yeah, sure. Do not post links to shady websites. No fighting, no cry billing. I haven't had to fucking kick anybody out of here. I haven't had a Discord drama forever, but nobody goes in there anymore. That's probably why. See, that's the thing. This is where I feel for Chud. Like, it's either police it and have no Discord, or don't police it and then have spicy chat. Do not ask for money. Tommy C may ban you for any reason he sees fit without explanation, up until including not liking you. That doesn't seem fair. No pornographic content, no graphic sexual combos. We could have minors in the chat. If you say I fucked this chick, I'm not going to ban you. But if you start saying like, I don't know, her pussy too sleek in her ass crack or something, then yeah, that's going to be, you're going to at least get fucking timed out for that shit. There you go. Playing Discord lawyer will get you banned. I know why that's there. Oh, lawyer meaning, well, your rules are officially, if they ignore rule 10, Tommy C may ban you for any reason by lying. They start using this is a constitution. Then you get banned for that. So you can't do that. Doing stream group events, all conversations will be centered to what is on the stream. All group events. That may need to go, because I don't think that's true. Whatever the fuck I want it to be, unless I say otherwise. Being intoxicated is fine, but your intoxication seems to interfere with others' experience. No less than 24-hour ban should be implemented. I had to ban a guy a couple recently that just was drunk and started crying. And I told him to stop, and I was being mean to him, and then he started crying. But I told him, instead, it's like I could have went in. When I realized like it was going too far, I wasn't the only one making fun of him. And I was like, look, don't worry about it. You didn't tell everybody to cry. I said, no, I'm not. This is not like being streamed. Just turn it off. We'll all forget it. And even some of the other guys backed me up. They're like, yeah, well, forget it. Don't worry about it. Don't sweat it. Don't sweat. Well, are we off at level 3? Fuck. I don't know if that even helps us all that much.
No, we're still on level 3.
Okay, buddy.
Okay, cool. Okay, buddy. Tommy, here's what you can do in YouTube. Say your mod tryouts, then ban everyone who tried it out. Mod everyone who did the ultimate mod. That's Teddy. It's probably a good idea. You know, Teddy, you win the day. The need to talk to you is fine. Usually, you can see calling people pedals, jokes aside. Like you said, shut up, you pet. You're not going to ban. You could get banned. So if you're serious, back it up. In fact, don't back it up. Go to cops. And for all you staff members, only staff members or staff room unless permission of Tommy C. You need to talk to some private call. All right, Tommy C. only takes Discord from personal friends and colleagues. Do not make personal calls to him. I do get them from time to time, even though. Texts are fine, but there's no guarantee they'll be answered. Strangers saying hey or just hi will guarantee they never get answered. Questions and statements have a much better chance. Oh, okay. Awesome. There's not one beer thing here? Hold on a second. I want to add my one. We appreciate the enthusiasm, but your reaction was not added because there's too many reactions to this message. Tears. 5 more votes. Now, Poll has ended. Poll has ended. Poll has ended. I think we're done. I had fun today.
Yeah.
At least we just didn't do React content. Imagine trying to be a mod. I've been modded once in a forum and changed someone's comment to my wife's flat-chested poor and got my privilege for so. All right, fun. Go enjoy the Civil War, but you have to enjoy it without me. Let's go to Pat's. Oops. That is not on screen, is it? Facebook? Good thing. That's the last thing I need. Oh, I absolutely clicked on Facebook. Facebook is like the worst. I know somebody's like my age when they use Pave and above. Ugh. Like normal people use Facebook. Regular people.
Okay, buddy.
Jerk-offs like us use Twitter and all that stuff. Greetings from South Jersey, Tommy boy. I hope you're enjoying some dope Chinese food for dinner. I'm doing Asbury one more time before the summer's over. You guys swim there? I don't know. I heard they cleaned it up. No, I used to go to shows there. You get fucking jumped. You get jumped in Asbury? Not me, but I know some other people have. Nesquik, OPAC, Mexican B, Blue Jacket, Cody Grill, Final Flash, G-Man, Ghost Gaming, Little Manly, not your typical mom. Riley, Taylor D, Tommy C's Cat, Yaney, Picklington, Mr. Transformer Man, Willie, Dylan. Thank you. Guaranteed $10 a month. Guaranteed you're read. James Trapeze, South Jersey, enjoying some Chinese food dinner. Doing Asbury one more time. I never really hung out there. Oh, we got a call? Oh, okay. What do you want, leader, before we go?
Hey.
What do you got?
Now we're done talking.
Yeah.
I was thinking, why don't you try and host why don't you try and get Augie and
No. Why? Do you listen to my show? Did you listen to my show, the whole fucking thing?
I've been listening.
You're probably just starting trouble. You're probably just starting trouble. You know, you've always been like that for years. Don't think I haven't noticed, by the way. You know, you kidding me? I start out the fucking show that I'm not getting involved in this shit in Civil War, and I'm following his lead. So why didn't you do this? I've turned down every fucking interview, right? And by the way, you're the one that notified me about Kyle Rittenhouse fucking copying down everything I did, probably because he told you. So, I mean, get the fuck out of here, dude. In fact, go. Goodbye.
Oh, wow.
Go.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. What? Let me ask you something. What about anything? Did I say anything that wasn't the truth?
Well, first off, hold on. You're coming at me really hard.
Oh,
I'm
really?
not trying to start
Welcome to
trouble.
fucking Shot for the Point, bitch.
Sure. I guess what I was trying to say is that you could, I think that, it seems to me that Willie Mack and fucking Augie, they were like one conversation away from that entire segment in Willie's video not happening at all.
What do you mean? What would put you that?
I think Augie said something on his stream that he missed a call from Willie a couple days before this.
What were those guys doing? Let me ask you something. What were those guys doing to me for the past year?
Buddy.
Answer that question. No. Augie didn't do it. What were those guys doing?
What
were they doing?
Are you talking about Quayman?
Yes, I'm talking.
Sure,
about
they've been doing stream after stream on you,
okay.
but Augie hasn't been Quayman, right?
You think no, I didn't say that, did I? I'm sure you'd like me to say that so you could start trouble. Do you think are you and me are the only ones that know that?
No.
No. Okay. Do you think Nick knows about that?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Didn't he mention it to Quayman directly?
Wait, we're talking about Quayman doing streams on you, right?
That streams on me, nothing. Anybody can do a fucking stream on me. I'm talking about pedo shit, motherfucker.
Hold on. Okay.
Are you gonna play dumb? If you play dumb, you could hang up. All right. Do you play dumb? Here's the thing. I don't know fucking how anybody could sit there and say they were one conversation away when you look at the past fucking year and seen what those guys have done, not joking around, and that any of my friends would bother with that shit. One conversation? Really?
Between Willie and Augie.
Yes!
But hold on, Tommy, hold on. Do you think that Augie like follows?
Stop asking me about Augie, motherfucker. Listen to what I'm talking about. Everybody knows what you're doing. This is why they're all fucked over there, because they're playing stupid. I'm using you as an example, by the way. To be straight up honest with you. So why do you think after everything that's done, why would fucking one phone call fix it?
Hold on, between like Augie and no, I said it was one phone call from it not happening. I didn't say it was one phone call from it fixing it. I don't know if that's possible.
It's
Hey,
impossible.
And Tommy, I don't know, like I don't like watch every single stream about you or anything like that. I mean, I occasionally tune in. I mean, I know that.
Remember, you used to suck Tonka. You used to play me against Tonka. Remember that back in the day? Yeah,
I don't think I ever played.
Yeah, I know. Who's that guy with the agent? Were you around then? The guy with the one, the Cabos guy, the draw the skull. Remember that one? Remember that one, leader?
The Carvos guy.
No, I was talking. Yeah. Weren't you sucking his balls back in the day? I can't remember. That one's a little grayer, I'll be honest with you.
I think that one was before me.
It was before you? All right. I tell you something. If they want to fucking fix it, they should probably get on the phone. I'll agree with you on that. But the fact that like everybody could ignore what they've done to other people, what they've done to myself, what they've done to Star, and just say and pass this up to some kind of fucking miscommunication, that would mean that Augie, that would mean that Willie hasn't seen what was going on there.
Well,
this is why they're in trouble. They're playing dumb. They're acting like no one's ever seen this shit before. Do you get what I'm saying? Honestly, leader?
I get what you're saying. I mean, like every time, like when that group of people does like a stream about people, there is some really harsh criticism that comes out of them. The way they
say I'm a bad father and that I fuck my daughter isn't harsh criticism, you asshole.
I was getting to that.
Yeah, okay.
I was gonna say that it was fucking, and they're incredibly rude. They're hard to deal with, and
and they say that I fuck my daughter.
Right.
Yeah.
You say.
Well, Lumpy Willie said it yesterday, or insinuating. It's a big fucking laugh. That's not harsh criticism. What I'm doing is harsh. What I'm doing is harsh right now.
Yeah, sure. I agree with you, but you did cut me off before I could finish, Tommy. So you didn't let me get the full thing out there.
Okay.
The full
get it out there. I don't know. The buildup seems disingenuous. Because yes, it was just. Do you think it was just harsh criticism, just being goofed on? Do you think we'd be having this conversation?
No, I didn't say that. I was gonna get to that point. I just wanted to I was just trying to mentally buffer my way into saying that in a streamable way. I don't think it's right. Someone's messaging you about your daughter or calling you Peter. I don't think that's right.
I don't want to hear this. I want to point you to something in the past. Yeah, passing that off as the bans. All right. Here's the thing. Normal people, like people that, I don't know, have families, get married, that's not the bans.
Yeah.
That's serious.
Sure, yeah, I agree. I agree.
That's serious. That's serious. Yeah. I guarantee you that I'm sure Willie's seen some of it. At least some of it. We haven't talked about it, but he's seen a shit ton of that. I know because I've talked to Nick about it. We've talked about it publicly. So do the math. All right. Do the math.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, Tommy. I get why you're fucking pissed off. I'm not entirely convinced Augie is.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely convinced Augie is like dialed into every fucking thing, everything that goes on from
I don't know.
In charge.
I have no idea what Augie's into. I couldn't tell you.
And if Look, I wasn't exactly prepared for an entirely contentious talk with you today.
You know what? And then talk to me straight up and honestly, and I'll be more respectful to you. You're passive aggressive to me, I'll be right back to you.
I thank you for having me on the stream, Tommy.
Bye.
Have a nice day.
So that's how I'm going to deal with that going forward. There you go. Can't help that he's Australian. So there you go. You could play fucking stupid. Wow, they're doing the same thing to me. It's fucking getting my wife involved. What it's like they're doing to Tommy. I suppose that would be argument, but I didn't do it. Yeah, exactly. And that's it. Like okay. Absurd to be argued that way. There you go. That's how I'm going to handle that shit from now on. Anybody calls me and plays fucking coy or dumb, I'm going to blow them up because it's fucking funny. It's great content. Probably watch it on Twitter later. Peace, bitches. Yeah, I'll talk. Anybody that's active, I'll be going into Voice Prime 1. Talk to you later, everybody. Have a great night.